You're going to be so mad at me. You could say that Jin and Sun are soulmates. Soulmates. Soulmates.
The city.
The city where they met. I was thinking, this one came from the fact that I was thinking about how goofy the title is for this episode. And then I randomly thought of Soulmates. And I was like,
better.
That would have, I feel like it's a title they would do.
It is, and it would have been better than this, I think.
And so I was like, it's going to be the time for today, and I knew you would hate it.
I don't hate it.
You don't hate it?
No, I thought it was like a foot joke at first, like a shoe.
Why would it have been a foot joke?
Well, that's why I was confused, because I knew obviously that it was a pun, but I was like, why?
Yeah, there's nothing to do with feet in their relationship whatsoever.
Well, no, that's why I was confused.
So it's a thinker, that one. It's a thinker.
It is a thinker. It sits with you.
Mm-hmm. Works on so many levels. Also, it has spies in it.
Works on one level.
Well, this is a good start then, because I thought we were going to do another episode where you'd start pissed off at me, so...
No, that was fine.
That was fine, guys.
I felt fine about it.
An absolute win for Ariel Nation.
I didn't
That
laugh,
was fine.
but I didn't get upset.
And that's all a comedian can hope for.
Really, at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm. I'm Ariel.
And I'm Velvet.
And welcome to Lost All Caps. Today, it's episode 32, which is, we're talking about Series 2, Episode 5...
And found. ...
and found. Right, obviously it's meant to be lost and found.
Yeah.
And
as a nod to Lost in Translation.
This is when I discovered that Lost in Translation was during
Which is insane and ridiculous.
It makes more sense, like, and found as a phrase, not phrase. But in translation is a phrase on its own.
I mean, it is, but also...
I just didn't clock the ellipses.
The thing about this episode title is that I'm not necessarily mad about it in the sense that obviously they were going to make a lost and found joke at some point. You know? You're gonna. My issue is, why now? Because what relevance does it really have to the episode? I know she loses her ring and then finds it again.
Yeah.
But it's like, what really, does that matter?
I mean, I guess it's one of the episodes where it's most explicitly about something being lost. Like something being lost rather than a person being lost. The word lost is probably said more in this episode than any other episode of the show.
Every time they say lost and lost.
Oh, I really hope so. Guys out there, editors, YouTubers, please. Every time they say lost and lost. I'd love to see that. It'll be so much effort, but I would love to see it.
I just feel like there could have been a better point in the plot to use a lost and found.
Would have been nice to do something at the airport.
Yeah.
Because they have like a lost baggage thing, right?
Yeah, it could have been something like that. Or like something that, or something that is like they're looking for more than half an episode, you know? Like, it could have been about something like, I don't know, like Charlie's guitar, for example. That's a bit of a bigger deal when they find that. Like, I feel like there's lost things that it could have worked back with. Because the wedding ring doesn't have, like, a symbolic a significance. Well, in terms of, like, magic of the island, our purpose...
No, but I would say it has a symbolic significance in that she thinks her husband is dead. And it's like, this is the only thing I have to remember him by. It's my only connection to him that I have physically on me, and it's now gone.
Obviously, that's upsetting. But I think, like, I don't know, I feel like they try and push it a little bit in this episode, and I don't get it as much. Like, because this episode obviously is about their relationship, which is great, and it's a really good episode. And we'll discuss why it's great soon. And it's really good.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. We'll discuss the episode in a little bit, guys. But it's like that scene with, like, John, for example, where he's like, yeah, I used to get angry.
I know.
But I'm not lost anymore. I was like, that kind of speech feels like it should be delivered in a point where it's all about, like, fate and the island and how it's brought them together. There was no thing of, like, they could have put more of a, like, weight on, like, the plane crash brought them back together. Because it took them away from like, Sun's father. And so now they can find each other again, but now she might have lost him forever. Like, it's like that could have easily made more sense.
Yeah. I think I see what you're saying. You lost me a little bit there. Lost.
When did I lose?
And I have not been found. I don't know. I think I just zoned out because it's quite hot in here. And then I zoned back in.
I did that yesterday. So tangent, but I work as a student ambassador, and I was sat in on the, like, subject talk where they were like, this is why you should come study here. And the tutor, usually they just throw to you to be like, and what year are you in? And what's been the highlight of your degree so far? And then they'll say, like, and what societies do you do? But this was a new lady who I'd not met before. And so she threw to me at different points during the talk. And at one point she was going on about something. I have no idea what it was, because then she went, would you say that's accurate? And I went, yeah. And I'd completely zoned out.
Oh my god.
Because I was really tired and it was really warm in the room, and I was like, I don't want to be here anymore. And I was like, yeah, I'd say that's about right. And then kind of looked at the slide behind me and sort of tried to put together what she was talking about.
That's so funny. You've given all these poor students a really bad impression of the uni.
I know. I was at one point, the guy who was, like, running the open day came in to, like, take some pictures and, like, a little video, and at the end of the day he asked me, like, would you be okay if we use that as, like, promotional material? And I was like, yeah, I don't mind. And then I was like, I might look really checked out in those pictures. He might look back at those pictures and I'm like, you know, like, mouth slightly open.
Come to the University of Manchester.
Unfocused eyes.
That would be hilarious. I really hope they do use them. And it's just you looking
Keep an eye out.
Absolutely gormless. What 2 years of a degree does to you. Well, since we're doing personal news, I have...
Okay.
Since we're doing personal
We're in the
news...
personal news segment.
I have some Lost-related news. I made myself sad thinking about Rose the other day.
Is that the end of the news?
No. I was just thinking about how, like, you know, Bernard left her to go to the toilet on the plane, right? And that's just such, like, a normal, mundane thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, she wouldn't have said goodbye. She wouldn't have said, I love you, when he left, because he's just going to the toilet. And then the crash happens, and then she's had to go through this whole traumatic ordeal without him, and has... like, the only thing, like, pushing her through is this deep-seated belief that she has that he's alive.
I do this on a regular basis, I feel. My brain will just pick a random character to get really sad about. Saw a post about Hurley on Tumblr the other day.
Cried.
Got sad for a bit. I will say about this episode, something I think is really fun is, because it's a Jin and Sun episode together, none of it felt like subplot.
Yes, I agree.
Because you've got Jin with the tail section people and Sun with the main survivors, and then the flashbacks feature both of them or feature one of them, and it's like, it feels like it's all one plot, which I thought was quite fun.
Yeah, completely. I think I would say, if I had to do it, I would say that Jin's bit is the main plot, because that's a lot more interesting in terms of a viewer, because you're getting lore drop and you're getting all of this new exciting stuff. Whereas Sun's scenes in this episode, the on-island scenes, they do make me giggle a little bit, because it seems like all the main characters have to have their contractually mandated scene in the episode.
This is the thing also, is I think I'm like, why is it all about the ring when we've got so much more interesting things going on? You know, there's people in the woods.
Yeah.
And we're listening to Hurley ask her if she lives in the good career or the bad career.
Yeah, I know.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, it's not... We could have had more fun stuff going on.
We could have, but I also think it's important at this point in the series, because, like, the first 3 episodes especially, it's been huge amounts of lore. Crazy stuff happening all the time. Every single scene is, like, whiplash. And then 4, we dip down a little bit, but it was still quite intense. And then we got the nice sort of montage at the end. And I think now we're getting into a bit of a slower rhythm. We're settling into the series a bit more.
I guess so, yeah.
And I think that's needed.
Because they can't keep it at that level for a long... You can't sustain that, can you?
No. But don't you think that it's lost and found in the flashback narrative as well? Because they find each other.
What do they lose?
They're lost on their way.
Okay.
Jin loses his job.
I mean, yes. But that happens quite soon before he finds...
Yeah, lost and found. 10 minutes apart. Sun loses her match.
Her guy. I guess.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's about them finding each other. Obviously. My media literacy isn't that bad. It's bad, but it's not that bad. This is just something I've realised recently. I think I've realised I'm not very good at subtext. And like metaphors in media.
Really?
Yeah, I was just discussing Hunger Games with my friends, and one of them was being like, oh, you know, I got, they were talking about reading the prequel book for the first time, and I was like, oh yeah, like it's good, but it's like a lot of lore that they kind of cram in on top of a story, and it just ends up being a bit overwhelming. And I was like, and I just feel I didn't really get it in the way that like she wanted us to. She being the writer. And the friend was like, yeah, I guess, I mean, I'll see how I go with it. And then I realised that I'd said like the same thing about Severance. When I finished watching Severance, and I was like, I don't get it. I don't understand what's going on. And everyone I spoke to was like, oh no, you're not supposed to, like, it's supposed to be confusing. But then like I got on Tumblr and I see people writing these posts about like what it's obviously about, like obviously the reason why they've done it all. And I was like, oh, I really didn't get that at all. And it's like when I went to see I Saw the TV Glow, I truly think if no one had told me it was about being trans beforehand, I wouldn't have got that. And I am trans. So like I think I'm just really bad at subtext.
I mean, possibly, but I do also think there's a tendency, especially online, for people to go, this is the obvious reading. And it's like, no, it's open to interpretation. I mean,
no,
sure.
but you don't understand. Ariel's not seen Severance. It is. I read a post and I was like, no,
You were like, it's about hating the corporate world? What?
Because it's like truly, like, obviously I knew that, and I knew that it was going to be some kind of like social experiment thing. But I was like, there's like a whole episode where you get the backstory on like the big villain from the first season. In the second season, you get like her backstory. And I was just like, I'm bored. I don't care about this. I don't understand it. And admittedly, when I watched that episode, it was buffering every 5 minutes. So I wasn't really taking it in. Because mostly I was annoyed about the fact that I couldn't get through a scene. But I then kind of read about it online and I was like, okay, so I was supposed to get from that loads of things about where the company started that I just didn't.
The extenuating circumstance, the extra factors of the extra buffering. Factors.
Maybe it's not that I'm like not good at subtext, maybe it's just that I don't pay attention.
That could be the explanation.
Like maybe it's just that I'm not
always
focusing on it enough. Well, not necessarily, because I won't be on my phone all the time, but like I think sometimes I just don't try. You know, sometimes you have to like try and understand it.
Yeah.
You have to like focus and be like, oh, this is this bit, this is a hint towards that, this is foreshadowing. Like I just don't really do that. And so I think like,
I mean, I've talked before about how I kind of just let the episode wash over me. You know, like I'm not trying to figure it out mid-episode or anything like that.
Not figure it out so much as like notice when they explain it to you. Which I tend to not do. Maybe this is why I like Lost, because they don't explain it to you.
Nothing to miss when they don't try.
Nothing to not pay attention to when they're not trying to explain the lore.
But let's get into the episode, shall we?
Uh-huh.
Enough chit-chat about Severance. No one cares. I'm joking.
Severance is great. Severance also, to turn the conversation back actually, I saw a tweet recently about how there's Lost references in Severance. Because you can tell from watching it that it is a big sort of like stylistic and like you can tell there's like an influence of Lost in it. Not like explicitly, but like you can sort of, it's a very similar vibe and you can sort of tell. Like the Dharma Initiative would do Severance, you know?
Yeah.
You can sort of get it. And the people who work on the 7th floor, their lockers are the numbers.
Are they really? Yeah. Oh, that's so cool.
So actually, there
you
like
go.
An explicit little like Easter egg.
Oh, that's brilliant. I love that. There aren't enough Lost references in media, in my opinion.
No, but I do think actually looking at Lost, you can tell where it's influenced.
It's influenced so many things.
Very much like, you know how Hunger Games kind of decimated YA novels for like years? I feel like Lost kind of did that to like the thriller TV industry.
Think so.
You get this sometimes with the scenes in the sort of main plot where it's side characters and then you get the main characters pop up for one scene that's like largely inconsequential to the story because they like have to be in all the episodes.
Honestly, I think this episode is the only episode I can think of where that happens.
Really?
Yeah, because I remember this. I remember this whole structure from this episode being like, it's so weird that Jack just pops up out of nowhere and is like, divorce. Okay, bye. I'm not in the episode again.
I do think it happens a couple more times, but...
I genuinely specifically remember this episode as being the prime example.
But that is a funny... The fact that he went through all that effort to buy a new ring so she'd never find out, and then he got divorced, I bet he was like, for fuck's sake.
Were the warning signs there already, though? Do you know what I mean?
He was too scared to tell her that he lost it.
Too scared
Clearly
to tell
it wasn't
her.
A healthy communication, you know.
Lying to her. Gaslighting her. This is the same ring.
Well, she clearly didn't notice.
No, yeah,
it's
actually,
not
she
really
clearly
gaslighting,
didn't give a shit.
He's not going, yeah, it's the same ring.
Is it gaslighting if you don't give a shit?
She never even... I bet he's probably like, if she asks, I'll say it's the same ring. But she never did.
Not paying attention to your husband. Clearly not.
Clearly not a good
healthy
relationship.
marriage. Mm-mm.
Didn't notice that he'd put his hand down the sink. You know?
I'm assuming she was out at the time. If she'd
I
walked
think she was
in
in the kitchen, like, reading a magazine, and he was like...
tearing the pipes apart, trying to be really quiet.
She's upstairs in the bath.
To cover up the
on the phone
unscrewing
to
of the
her
pipes.
mother. Oh, he's like, oh, I don't know, he's messing with the pipes downstairs, doing something, I don't know. It's a weird scene, though.
It's a weird scene.
It's a weird scene because it's the thing is it's like, it's an innocent story, and obviously he's trying to like, he's like, oh, I'll tell you this story, it's similar to what happened to me, it might make you feel bad or whatever. And then it's like, did she ever find out? And then he's like, no, she left me.
Jack cannot resist bringing up his divorce.
It's like you'd have to, wouldn't you? Because like you're in that situation, it's like, and what happened? We got divorced.
No, she left me. Do you know, I remembered a conversation we had the other day, and don't ask me what the context was, because I don't know how we got to this point, but I simply remember the phrase, you saying Jack is the kind of person who would try and do a crossword, get the first answer wrong, throw the crossword away, take a sip of whiskey and go, this is why my wife left me.
I do not remember saying that, but yeah, true.
I really don't remember how we got there.
He would like try and fill it in and then there'd be too many letters and then he'd just screw up the whole page in the newspaper.
Go, this is why my wife left me.
Can't even do a crossword. It's true.
It is accurate.
It's true.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I feel like the Hurley one is alright.
The Hurley one a little bit less, I think, because it's multiple scenes. I think that's what the difference is. I think it's like with like the bit with Claire and the bit with Jack and the bit with John, is it's kind of like it's one scene that is a little bit stilted, and then it's like they never appear again for the rest of the episode. But with like Hurley, it's like a couple of scenes, and then also Kate being like, Hurley told me what happened, and then that leads to her helping it. Like, it feels a little bit more, it's got more flow to it.
Yes, absolutely. And I like the Hurley scene.
It is funny. It is funny.
I really like the way he delivers that story, where he's like, the dog there were Smarties in the jar, and then he crapped out a $1.35 in
anyway.
nickels. And he has this big sort of goofy grin on his face. And there's also a really fun outtake of her laughing at that.
Yeah, they were struggling with that scene. But I think her face is actually really funny after he says that, because she's just like, okay.
Yeah.
She's like, this isn't making me feel better.
No, literally. Just a bit like, she does not want to have to sift through dog shit.
Because it's like, what do you say to that conversation?
Yes.
Also, the fact that they were feeding fruit to the dog. Did you pick up on that?
Yeah. Can dogs eat fruit?
I thought dogs were carnivorous.
Meaning they only eat meat?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I think dogs will eat anything you give them.
But should they?
But I think they're supposed to just eat meat. I don't think they're supposed to eat fruit. I've never encountered a dog that enjoys fruit.
Write in, guys, if you have a dog that enjoys fruit.
Like, I think I've been round to friends' houses where they've been like, oh yeah, the dog will always try and eat cheese off our plates, or like the dog likes bread, or whatever.
Do you remember Stains?
Stains in the cupcakes.
Yeah.
That was a dog on a TV show, a dog behaviour TV show.
Yeah, you know, like classic sort of Sunday morning viewing where you just watch any old shit that's on TV.
Yeah,
it was
like a dog behaviour.
It was like My Nightmare Dog or something like that, and it was like about training dogs, and we just laughed at it for so long because there was a dog called Stains, which, hilarious name for a dog, bless him.
Yeah, and he had this really haunted look on his face.
Really, really big haunted blue eyes, and he loved cupcakes. And so in order to train him to behave, they put this plate of cupcakes in front of him, and they were like, Stains, no. Stains,
and they would go, away,
sit.
away. And he would look at them.
He had such a human expression on his face. He genuinely was like this. He was like, so longing for those cupcakes.
Really upset.
Like, I wish that could become like a reaction meme.
It would be a very good one.
I wonder if that clip is on YouTube anywhere.
We'll have to try and find it.
Because it was so funny. We loved it.
But yeah, so I think they like sort of sweet things. I mean, dogs are always trying to eat chocolate, aren't they, when they're not allowed to.
Mm-hmm.
And also like sticks off the floor and stuff. But I've never heard of a dog eating fruit.
Could eat fruit off the floor.
I mean, I guess. It's what the tail section are doing.
Real. I think the tail section are worried. They're probably eating grass.
I mean, you can. It's not good for you, but you can.
Let's not get into that. How much grass you ate as a child.
I wouldn't say I actually consumed that much in the grand scheme of things. I've eaten worse. Anyway.
I don't understand why Kate is reading all the messages. Unless she's just freaking out. She's just like... Because at first I thought it was like...
I thought she was trying to find her own at first.
Me too. And then I was like, oh, is it something to do with the fact that she's a criminal and she doesn't want...
She put something incriminating on the message and she doesn't want anyone to see it or something.
It to go out. And what if it's... But then if it had gotten out of the bottle and just floating into the sea or something, then like... no one would be able to read it anyway because it would just be soaking wet.
No, I think she was trying to find it to get rid of it before the other people on the island saw it.
Ah, okay. Well, they all know now.
No, but like, what if she put something on like details or something? Or something about the case? Or what if she'd written like, the marshal's dead? You know? I don't know. What if it was something people weren't supposed to know about?
Yeah. Well, everyone on the beach knows the marshal's dead.
Yeah, but I don't know.
She's written, Dear Mum, go to safety deposit box 815.
Yeah,
there
like,
is $33,000 cash in there.
But then it appears she was looking for a message from Sawyer.
Look, I really don't know what she was doing.
That makes no sense, like, genuinely, because it's like, why would Sawyer put a message in the bottle? Because he's on the raft.
He literally says he doesn't put a message in the bottle.
Yeah.
The only letter I ever wrote is to the guy I'm going to kill.
And she's read...
Why are you going to kill him? Remember that iconic scene? Why are you going to kill him? I mean, I don't know if Claire knows that, but, like, is she looking for a message from Sawyer or what? Like, what is she doing? Like, girl, what?
Because then Son's like, what are you doing? Don't do that. And she's like, we never said goodbye.
Yeah.
Which is obviously about Sawyer.
Yeah.
So, like, but, like, what?
But what? I don't understand.
No, it makes no sense.
It's a non sequitur. 2 + 2 have equaled 5 in this situation. Like,
yeah,
what?
it really doesn't make any sense at all.
I also did greatly enjoy Sun going, Sawyer.
She's a
Really?
girl. Come on.
Have some standards, Kate.
But obviously I love Kate and Son hanging out.
Yeah.
I'm never going to have a problem. Because whenever Kate is hanging out with the other women, she has her best plot lines by far.
Yeah.
So I'm never going to be opposed to Kate hanging out with girls.
Mm-hmm.
Happy Pride.
So I feel like that covers the sin. The sin? That covers the sin.
That covers the sins.
Happy Pride. I'm not homophobic, guy. That covers the sun scenes.
The only thing is that then, I think it's quite nice that the ring is with the bottle, because it's like
Yeah.
she buried the bottle to keep the secret that they'd gotten away, and then it's like she needed to dig it up to find what she needed again. It's kind of nice.
It is nice, and there are lots of nice moments as well, like when she says, like, just had it for so long, I don't even notice it anymore. I feel like, oh, that's a nice little indication of their
Yeah.
relationship, isn't it? Because it's like, you know, before the island, I feel like she's constantly thinking about her marriage and how unhappy she is.
It probably felt like a constant reminder.
Yeah, like it was kind of heavy, you know. Heavy as the finger that wears the ring,
Heavy is the finger that wears the ring.
as Shakespeare famously said.
I was going to say Hobbit.
Ah, fun. The One Ring.
The One Ring.
That's why Charlie's not in this episode. He's invisible.
He stole the ring.
Yeah.
And he's off, like, on the... It's my Gollum.
What's he doing?
It's my Gollum impression.
Oh my god, if you'd given me 10 guesses, I wouldn't have guessed that was meant to be Gollum.
You know when he's on the mountain in the loincloth? He's sort of doing this.
You look like you're either trying to keep balloons up in the air or waft your own armpits. Those were my first two guesses.
Well, what about the leg wiggle?
Oh, I'm so sorry. You're trying to keep balloons in the air with both your arms and feet.
With my arms and my feet.
Yeah.
Well, is that not what Gollum was doing, really, in a sense?
What?
I've not read the book.
That's is it Andy Serkis?
Yeah.
That's what his direction for the mocap was. Imagine that you're trying to
Your
keep
motivation is... You're trying to keep balloons in the air with your arms and your legs.
Mm-hmm.
Action.
Side note, I urge you all out there to Google the video of Benedict Cumberbatch doing the mocap for Smaug.
It's
Smaug. The dragon.
Smaug.
It's so fucking funny. He's rolling around on the floor.
It's great because he takes it really seriously.
He takes it so seriously. It is fantastic.
So let's talk about Jin.
Yes.
He's great.
He's great.
Let's talk about Jin as a character. Let's just discuss Jin. So the tail section plotline opens right where it left off, essentially. I think it's the next morning.
Mm-hmm. I think so.
But I don't imagine many of them slept much. Because they're all just kind of staring at each other.
Honestly, I can't imagine any of them have been sleeping well this entire time.
I mean, generally, I don't think so. I think this scene is really funny because it's like a nice Michael and Jin moment, right? Michael leans over and he's like, hey, it's going to be okay, we're going to get back to Sun. Which is really nice, actually, and it must have taken a lot of strength for him to say, because it's like the most important thing person to Michael has been kidnapped. But he's like, don't worry, we're going to get back to her. And he's not being like, I'm not letting you go see your wife until we get my son.
And then there's a nice parallel at the end of the episode when Jin goes, you will find Walt.
But it's really just is kind of knocked down a bit by the fact that it's a really sweet moment, and then it cuts to the long shot and Sawyer is in the background just
Blacking in and out of consciousness.
Slumped against the wall, completely eyes unfocused, sweating, looking like he's on death's door, and it's like, okay, well now I can't enjoy this sweet moment because it's like, and that guy's dying over there.
I will say, I do really like the way that they're treating Sawyer's gunshot wound in this point in the series, because I feel like a lot of them get these really insane, almost fatal injuries all the time.
Yeah, I think, like, usually they kind of recover from the injury straight away, don't they?
Right? And so I think that they're actually treating this one really nicely in that it is serious and it hasn't gone away. And even though we might forget, it's like, no, this was like, what? How many days ago now? 2 or something like that? 3
days, yeah.
That he was like shot in the shoulder, and it's like, yeah, he's had no medical attention or anything like that. And he is kind of dying slowly. In a sense. And I think, yeah, we don't often get that in the show, and it adds another sort of layer of tension to all of these scenes. Like, they're already so tense anyway, but it adds kind of a ticking time clock, you know? It's like, we need to get Sawyer back soon, otherwise he is gonna die.
Interesting that you didn't go for bomb there.
Because how is it a bomb?
Ticking time clock. Well, just time clock isn't a sentence.
No, well, I was gonna say ticking time bomb, and then I realised that didn't make any sense. So I went for ticking time clock.
If it explodes, he dies.
It's a ticking timer in the hatch.
Okay.
108 minutes, counting down.
But yeah, it's like, also it's like, you know, Michael is all about finding Walt and Jin doesn't speak English and Sawyer is dying. So it's like, they're not the best group to be leading a new group of people to. They've all kind of got their own agenda.
Yeah.
Which obviously is not meshing very well with the leadership style of this new group.
Absolutely not. It's, what was it? If I say walk, you walk. If I say jump, you, what do you say? You first.
You first.
Yes. Annalise is like, you follow orders. And they're like, no.
And they're like, actually, I don't know. He doesn't know what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
I'm dying. And he will run off into the woods at the first opportunity.
Also, I hate you.
And also, I don't like you.
Mm. Important to note, everyone, that at one point after Michael has run off, Sawyer says it's every man for himself. Just keep that in the back of your mind, ticking over, ready for season 3.
Yeah, I also noted that he wrote, Mike's got to worry about Mike, and I'm going to worry about me. And so I've written next to that one, so actually Mike's worried about Walt. Hope this helps.
It's a very good point.
Mike's going to worry about Mike. No, what he's doing is trying to save a 10-year-old boy.
Yeah.
Wouldn't call that every man for himself, really.
No.
You know?
No.
Not really.
But I guess from Sawyer's perspective, he's like, I'm bleeding out here, Mike.
Yeah.
But
he's not 10 and been kidnapped.
Yeah. But I also don't think Sawyer takes the kidnapping lightly, you know?
He doesn't, but it's a bit like, that was just a bit of an insane thing to say, I think.
Yeah, it absolutely was. It absolutely was.
So yeah, but I liked, we get the little Jin Michael friendship extended once again in this episode with when Libby says like something about your friends.
Yeah.
And he's like, never thought about that like that. Guess one of them's my friend.
And then she's like, I'm guessing it's not the redneck. And he's like, yeah, it's not the redneck.
And that's crazy.
Brilliant.
Because it's like, which one of those men actively tried to kill him?
So true.
Like, not 6 weeks ago, Jin was holding Michael under the ocean. You know, on his head under the waves.
Yeah.
And he's like, that's my friend.
Yeah.
Not Sawyer.
That's my homie. That's my boy. That's my
boy.
sweet cheese. That's my good time
That's
boy.
my boy. That's my boyfriend-in-law.
It is lovely. And I thought you were going to talk about in the scene before how you said you can't take it seriously, or it's undermined slightly by the fact that Sawyer's just dying in the corner.
Yeah.
It's undermined to me by
The outtake?
the incredible outtake.
Yeah.
Which, one of my absolute faves out of all the outtakes in the show.
It is brilliant.
Like, out of nowhere, Michael goes and I guess Harold, fair enough, goes over to Daniel Day-Kim and like grabs his arm to start saying his line, like, you're gonna find Sun.
And it starts with, hey man.
Yeah.
And he goes like, hey man, don't worry, you're gonna find Sun.
He goes, hey man, have you been working out? Because he's holding his arm. And then the two of them just burst into this fit of giggles, and then they can't stop laughing. And he's just looking at the camera like, I'm sorry.
Hey man, have you
been working out?
I have a feeling he was a bit of a problem to have on set. a lot of the outtakes are just Harold Perrineau randomly going off script.
Yeah. Absolutely. And this is the funniest thing as well, because I think Don Monaghan does it as well. And so there's one scene with the two of them where it's not even a big scene, it's like 2 lines long, that scene, but they cannot get through it because they just keep laughing at each other.
Look at each other.
So fucking funny. We've done season 1 now. Go on YouTube, everyone, and look up the season 1 outtakes. You will not be disappointed.
They are good. I think a lot about, first of all, it's not a raft.
It's a raft. So many. He has so many good ones. I'm getting my son back. And you're terrible in bed. He's so fucking funny.
He was having fun.
He was, and it's great because he's such a good actor. Like,
it's really good because it's like, you think he gives the energy of someone who might be like in the zone all the time.
Yes, and taking the craft very seriously, you know, and being like, I need to do my training exercises to get into the thing.
And because a lot of what he has to do is really serious stuff. It's like,
very
with
intense.
someone like Charlie, he's often the funny character in the scenes. So you'd expect people like Don Monaghan, like Jorge Garcia, to be joking around on set because they're the funny characters. But yeah, someone like Michael is a very serious character.
And it's really nice that he can switch from being super intense in a scene to just joking around.
Yeah.
If anything, that's a mark of a good actor.
Absolutely, I think so.
In my opinion, he's so good. He was really good in this episode as well. Like, that final little speech he has when Echo's like, you know, you got to come back. And he's like, they took him right out of my arms and stuff. I was like, oh!
Yeah.
Whoa! Whoa!
My one note on that scene is that's a hugging moment. They do this a lot on this show, especially with the men.
Yeah.
Where they go through some deep emotional experience together.
And then
then they like pat each other on the shoulder or like shake hands.
Shaking hands
or
is
like
the worst.
nod at each other. And I'm like, do you hug each other?
Give
Does it
that
make
man
you
a hug
less of
right
a
now.
man to hug him?
And it's like they have great hug moments throughout the whole
There are
show.
some great hugging moments, and I'm like, I don't understand why you can't do it more.
Yeah.
That you're gonna find Walt, that's a hug moment.
Yes, absolutely.
That's an I'm sorry, my friend. Now let's go back to our wife.
Exactly. The wife that we have together.
Our wife that we share. Come on.
Absolutely.
And also, Echo is there.
Echo's like, you guys have an interesting dynamic. So, Mr. Echo.
Mr. Echo.
Let's talk about this diva. Love this character.
So I love this.
Oh my god.
So all we've kind of had of this guy so far is a lot of smacking and a lot of nothing else.
He's quite quiet, isn't he?
Yeah. And this is really the first episode we actually hear from him. Like, he's had lines. It's not like with John, where they purposefully he didn't speak. But it's like, he is mysterious. This is kind of the first time we really hear from him. And what I really like is that we have this quiet character who doesn't really talk, but seems to be a bit of a leader, who still tries to talk to Jin. Like, I think if he's like the quiet one, he doesn't really talk anyway, it could have been so easy for those scenes to be like totally silent. And it would have been pretty cool, really, if they were just walking around like in total silence through the jungle. That would be creepy. But like, he really tries to like chat with him. I've written bilingual communication.
Absolutely. I really like those two as a duo, particularly because the dialogue is very short. You know, they don't say a lot to each other because they can't.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's really great. Even though he does try and find out about Jin's life, like he notices his wedding ring, says like, you're married, is your wife on the plane? Loved this on the plane.
I love that he does the plane gesture.
And then he knows. He's like, yeah, plane, yeah.
Didn't need a carved leaf, did he?
Oh God, no.
Can you imagine if he just pulled that out on the plane?
Here's one I made earlier. Mr. Echo. His name is Mr. Echo.
Mr. Echo.
Are you actually joking? His name is Mr. Echo. He's so cool.
Instantly cool.
Instantly cool, instantly mysterious, as you say. We have our two muscular men on the island teaming up.
Muscular bilinguals.
They are such a good duo together. They're so cool. And I really, really love the scenes that they have together, even though, like, you know, there's not... Their dynamic is just great.
Yeah, so it's really interesting. So it's like, Michael runs off to try and find Walt, and then Jin obviously wants to go after him, and Echo defies Ana Lucia by saying, I'm going to go with him. So he clearly has this sort of leadership energy to him.
He can stand up to Ana Lucia.
Yeah.
And she listens to him a bit more than the rest of them, I think.
She respects him, it seems.
Yeah, and I don't think she disrespects the others, but it's like...
But it's like, I think if like, you know, Bernard had been like, I'll go with him, she would have been like, no, you won't.
Sit down. He'd be like, okay.
You're going to come with me.
Yeah. But I think he matches her energy. I noticed that in the conversation that they had together. Like, she's very pissed off all the time and sarcastic, and he kind of matched that a bit.
Yeah.
She's like, we're not waiting for you, and he goes like, I wouldn't expect you to.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. He rises to
He's
her
like,
level.
I'll be fine. I don't need you. And she respects that.
And also, it's kind of like saying, yeah, I'm not going to put everyone else in danger just to go and help this guy.
Yeah.
You know, he's also looking out for the group.
Yeah. And obviously, what's happened to them is very intense.
So we get
some sort of breadcrumbs.
Some breadcrumbs, people, let's discuss. So Libby says they have trust issues. And she goes, we don't go over to that area because that's where they are.
Yes.
So this is very obviously letting us know that they have had dealings with the others.
Yeah. And that gets sort of confirmed later on because Jin says to Echo, others. And he goes.
And he nods. So they find the body of this guy. This rotten corpse.
Like, with like a tree branch sticking out his chest or something.
Cool as.
Really gross.
Really awful.
His name was Goodwin.
His name was Goodwin. Others, yes. The others killed Goodwin. Oh my god.
So we had 23 survivors to start with. There's only about 6 of them, isn't there?
Just thinking about Ethan and like how he tried to kill Charlie by like hanging him from the tree and stuff and saying like, every day I'm going to kill one of them and I'll kill you last until you give me Claire back and all of these things. I'm thinking something similar's happened to them.
Yeah, it feels like that body was left there as a warning. In the same way that Charlie was left hanging from the tree. It feels like they didn't get rid of him, you know. They've left Goodwin there as a reminder. Because we know also from Libby that they don't venture very far, you know. We don't go further into the woods, that's where they are. So it's like, they have to know that he's right there this whole time, you know?
Absolutely. Ooh, imagine. He's just lurking at the corner of their little territory.
Awful.
Yeah. It's a shame that the CGI boar is so bad at the start of that scene.
Yeah.
Because that bit's so cool, and it's like Jin gets knocked over by such an obviously CGI'd boar.
He tried.
So bad. But yeah, it gets really sinister. The way that they talk about the others, I mean... Ethan's very sinister, we've discussed this.
Ethan's obviously scary, but like he took one of them, he killed one of them, he nearly killed one person. Like, they've lost like 15 people.
15?
I mean, I just pulled that number out of nowhere. But...
Coincidence? You know how you talked about how you think All the Best Cowboys is the scariest episode of Lost. When you were saying all of that, I was like, I am inclined to agree with you. However, I was remembering the scene in this episode. I think the scene where Jin and Echo are hidden in the bushes and the others walk past them, I think that is the scariest scene in the whole show.
That is kind of crazy.
I was terrified watching this the first time around. I was like, oh my god, my heart was going. I was on the edge of my seat. And it's done so well because it's so quiet as well. As far as I remember, there's no musical score underneath this scene.
No, it's very quiet. And it's a great transition as well because it's like they're stood and then it's like it cuts away, you think it's the same scene, and then it pans down and it's like, oh my god, they're under there.
It's almost a jump scare when you realise that they're there.
Yeah.
And then you get the most, oh my gosh, okay. They were right there. They were right. I mean, it's like you don't want to breathe,
Yeah.
you know? Otherwise you're going to alert them to the fact. And I love the bit slightly before as well where Echo puts his hand over Jin's mouth.
Yeah.
Just so
Just grabs
creepy
him
and
by the mouth and is
intense. It's like, yeah, it feels like a horror movie. And so what we glimpse of the others is maybe 6 pairs of feet, something like that. I didn't count them, shit.
Yeah, but it was something like that. There wasn't many.
Certainly a group. All barefoot. Some of them had trousers on. I wrote down blue jeans and also brown trousers.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them were completely bare-legged. All very
Shorts?
dirty. Yeah, shorts, I'm assuming they're not just running around naked.
Well, they might be.
They could be. But, you know, they seem to be
Why would some of them have trousers on?
surviving well in the island, and I feel like being naked is not going to help your survival.
Get bites,
Yeah.
mosquitoes.
Scrapes, stings, all kinds of stuff.
Also, why would some of them be wearing trousers and some of them aren't?
Yeah. But my point is, we see like bare legs just covered in dirt, and then the teddy bear trailing along. Oh my god, the scariest thing ever, right? So fucking scary. I was like, that fucking teddy bear. With the rope tied around it and like an
a
eye
sort of harness
missing.
tied around it.
Oh.
To like.
So good.
It reminds me a bit of, you know, those toys that are like dogs on leads. And it's like the lead is like a stick, so you can pretend it's walking in front of you. Like it's got like a sort of harness tied around it.
But it's all very kind of like, it's like, you know, just like a raw rope.
Yeah.
You know, it's all very like things that they've been able to find or scavenge or something. But I'm just like, oh, it's just so scary, you know, like it's giving Coraline, it's giving every horror movie that has a child in it, you know, like the kids' toys.
And also with that, we know that they seem to want children.
Yeah.
Like they wanted Claire's baby and they've taken Walt, and now we have this other kid that isn't either of those.
Mm.
And that it's like...
I mean, that could have been Walt for all they know.
Well, no, it had white feet.
I was going to say, yeah, I don't think so. But I mean, I didn't necessarily notice a children's pair of feet.
I looked specifically because I was like, I wasn't sure if they'd purposefully obscured the feet so that you could think it was Walt, but he does. You do see like brown ragged trousers and like a pair of feet.
And they're clearly a child's feet.
Yeah, they're like small.
Okay. Because that's interesting, because I never noticed that before. Because my mind didn't necessarily jump to the fact that they've kidnapped children and this is a child that is part of the group or something like that. It was just fucking creepy.
It is creepy.
Just a really scary visual.
Creepy.
And unexpected for this show, I think. Like, everything that's happened sort of visually in the show before is, like, more mystical. You know, whereas this is just so...
Sometimes they really pull out this really scary thing.
More like the dolls, the random dolls that were found. Remember those, guys? I wonder what's going to happen with those. Brackets nothing, they never get brought up or explained. But the teddy bear... And the teddy bear as well is the picture on the disc.
Yeah.
For this disc. We're on a new disc with this episode, people. And I think we said before that the cover and the actual CD, well not CD, DVD itself are different. So on the first one it's Kate and Sawyer, and then on the actual DVD it's the timer.
The hatch timer,
108 minutes. On the front of this one is Shannon and Saeed. And then on the actual disc is the teddy bear. Which is crazy, because I think I remember, like, the DVD... Like, if you're opening the DVDs for the first time...
Yeah.
You're putting that in, like, what the fuck is that teddy bear?
Yeah, what is their teddy bear?
Bro!
It is crazy. Other thing I noticed about that plotline is this sort of weapon that Jin is carrying is a boomerang on a stick.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what that is. But I did greatly enjoy the machete made from a bit of the plane wreckage.
Very cool.
Very, very
also,
cool.
I love, once again, it was like Sawyer is like... about to... He's like, you know those videos of cats that are trying not to fall asleep? That's kind of the energy Sawyer's giving in all of these episodes.
Or like people when they've been at the dentist and they're on like...
Yeah,
wisdom
whatever
teeth
removals.
Yeah.
And they've got like anaesthetic and they're like...
super spacey, just like...
Yeah. I mean, Sawyer, it's very similar to when John throws that knife at him, isn't it?
Yeah, it is actually. Parallels.
He's like, The other thing Anna Lucia has a gun, a knife, and a stick attached to her belt.
Absolute queen!
She's got like a stick on one hip and a knife on the other hip, and when she turned around to walk away from Sawyer, I was like, that's a gun. She's got a gun at the back of her belt. Why? She has 2 hands. She physically cannot wield all 3 of them.
She is a video game character. That's her inventory.
It's her inventory.
Yeah.
She can like scroll through.
Yeah.
Scroll through and pick one.
And that's amazing actually, because Michelle Rodriguez, who plays Ana Lucia, is in the Resident Evil movies.
She is, yeah.
Which we haven't watched yet, but we bought the DVD because she's in it.
We did.
we want to watch it.
And she is also in the D&D movie.
She is,
which is a very similar vibe of like, you have your weapons and you can like attack with each. You have your different attacks and stuff. She plays the barbarian in Honor Among
Thieves.
Which
of course she does.
Of course she does.
She's perfectly cast.
She's brilliantly cast. It's a very good film.
It's a really good film. She's great, and I like that it's, like it's funny. Like a D&D game, it's like super serious but also super goofy.
Yeah, there's moments where they'll like catastrophically fail at something and it's like, oh yeah, the player at the table rolled badly. It's really good. It's really good.
So I am looking forward to watching the Resident Evil movie, even though I've heard that they're terrible.
The Resident Evil movies I have on very good authority are awful.
Bad.
Any movie of video game I feel is not very good.
Not good, yeah. I mean, what
the
choice have I
Assassin's Creed
seen?
movie wasn't good, was it?
I haven't seen that. I've seen the Sonic the Hedgehog movies.
Those are good.
They are good.
I've not seen the third one yet, though.
No, I don't think I have either.
The Shadow.
Yeah, who's voiced by Keanu Reeves, right?
Yeah.
That's the thing that happened in the world that we live in. But the first 2 are good, but the crucial thing is the Sonic games don't really have a plot. Yeah. So they don't try and replicate the plot of Sonic in the movie.
It's about just using the characters and writing something new.
And it's also like the character of Sonic is in the real world, which I think very few other video game movies do. It's just like the world of the video game.
Yeah.
I didn't particularly rate the Super Mario Brothers movie.
I never saw it, but from what I saw online, it didn't look great.
I went to see it after, so I finished my exams at the end of uni way before all of my friends. And so I just had nothing to do. I was living the high life and they were all still studying. And so I was like, I'm going to take myself out to a little trip to the cinema and watch the Super Mario movie. And it was like 2 weeks after it had been released. So the only people in the cinema were me and one other couple my age. I mean, briefly on video game adaptations, even though this is a massive tangent, so sorry guys. But if you are interested, I think video game to board game adaptations have been very good as far as I have come across them. We have 2 in our house and they're both excellent. Temple Run.
Oh, God, I forgot about Temple Run.
Temple Run, the board game, is amazing.
It's great, actually.
And you wouldn't think it would be, but it's really fucking good.
And we got that for Christmas when I was like 10.
Yeah.
And that was like one of our first like weird board games, and it is very good.
But it's not complex like a lot of board games that we play that have like 6-page
it's like
instructional manuals.
Simple to get the hang of, but it is good.
But the thing is, so it's all about rolling dice and trying to move and escape the thing that's chasing you in Temple Run. I don't even know what it is.
Monkey in a skull mask, I think.
The guy. But the thing that makes it super intense is you have a little timer which plays the Temple Run music, which is obviously like
drum.
Yeah, super intense. So you're like rolling and you're trying to do it before the timer runs out. And it reminds me of Jumanji.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because we actually got the Jumanji board game.
That's actually
and we were
not very
disappointed.
We were disappointed. The Jumanji board game is actually not very good. I think if you're looking for a Jumanji board game, get the Temple Run
board game. 100%. I don't even know if they make it anymore, but if you can find it, I'd highly recommend. And then the other one that we have is the Resident Evil board game.
See, I've only played it once, and we were playing it wrong and we lost miserably.
We were playing it wrong. It is very hard to understand. It's very complicated, that one, and it's long as well.
Also, I've never played a Resident Evil game.
I've watched
Ariel and I've watched our mum play Resident Evil games, and there was a period where a lot of my friends were really into Resident Evil, so I know a lot about the characters and like the lore, but I've never actually played the games.
I'm a huge fan of the Resident Evil games, especially
the Five Nights at Freddy's movie, that was quite good, I think.
I only know about the edit.
Well, obviously you know about the end. I think that was all right, but people were a bit upset that it was like obviously a kids' film. It was a bit younger than the game.
Interesting.
Pitched down a little bit.
Why would you do that?
Loads of kids are really into Five Nights at Freddy's. It's really weird.
That's scary.
Because it's like very much not a kids' game at all, but loads of kids are really into it.
I'm concerned if kids are playing that.
I don't think they're playing it. This is the thing, is nobody really plays it. People watch other people play it.
Oh.
Like streamers and stuff.
Still, you're getting the jump scares, aren't you?
Yeah, I've never really got it. I like the story, but I'm like, I'd be interested in it if it was like a book or something.
Right. Anyway, back to the Resident Evil board game. If you are a Resident Evil fan, particularly, so I love Resident Evil 1, the video game, and we have the board game of Resident Evil 1.
In the house.
Yeah, I think they do 2 and 3 as well. It's really close to the video game, and they really think about the video game mechanics and how those can translate to the board game, which I really appreciate. And like all of the items and everything is in the game, and you have little figurines as well, a little bit like our zombie lady here.
Yeah, you have little like statues of zombies and stuff.
So it's great. It really is great, but it is complex, and we still haven't really got the hang of it.
It's like, it's fun to kind of look at, but when you actually have to play it, it's like, okay, what is going on?
Mm-hmm. But me and my mum, because my mum's a huge fan of the game as well, we've decided that we're going to do a full, one of these days, possibly at Christmas, we're going to do a full playthrough, because the way it works is you can play like a section, you can explore a section of the mansion and just play that in isolation, and it will maybe take you about 45 minutes to an hour, in theory.
It definitely took us more than 2 hours.
But you can play the entire thing consecutively and do all the sections as like one big long campaign, as it were. And we're gonna do it. We're gonna sit down one of these days and do the whole mansion, and it's gonna be crazy.
Well, I would like to not be involved.
You're gonna not see us for multiple days in a row.
That's fine with me. Yeah, so this is very, very horror movie, very horror game vibes from a lot of the Tale section stuff that we get, really, in general. Mm-hmm. But this episode especially really brings that in.
Absolutely. These characters are just... I kind of love all of them. They're all so interesting.
Because they're so different as well to what we're used to.
Yes.
Like, it's even, like, it's not even a return to, like, the pilot. Because even in... This is so different. Like... Mm-hmm. This is like, obviously it's back to the basics of like survival and collecting food and like, guy in the woods, but it's like they have clearly been through something completely different to what our main characters have been through.
Absolutely.
And it's so interesting to watch those characters interact. The way that like Jin or Michael will just run off, into the jungle, and they all react like, what are you doing?
Yeah. And they just go, Ana Lucia goes, we have to leave now. And at first I was like, oh, they're going to get Michael. And then she was like, we have to leave before he tells them where we are.
Yeah.
Jaw on the floor. What a mentality to be living in. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, they have had to abandon people, it seems. They've had to think on their feet. They are all so
There's no like
frightened.
Group mentality or anything.
Yeah.
There's no live together, die alone.
There is no live together, die alone. There's just die alone. Girlies. It seems like Ana Lucia is trying to protect the group.
Yeah, she is trying to help them, but I think her perspective is that like once someone leaves, they're not coming back.
Yeah. Apart
from Echo, though, she did say he's coming back.
Because I think they're besties. They're friends.
They seem to be... I truly think she just doesn't like the rest of them.
Mm. Also, Echo's the tracker. So they need him, it seems. But also, I was a bit like... Sawyers goes, let me ask you a question. He's all smug. Let me ask you a question. Without your tracker, how do you think you're going to find my camp? I'm like, bestie, how are you going to find your camp?
How do you think... Why don't we just let you loose? And we'll see when you get
You
home.
actively bleeding out. Your wound is probably infected. You're passing out every 5 minutes. And also you're on a section of the island which you've never been on before. How the hell are you going to find your camp? There's no way. I'm baffled by the way that they're like, oh yeah, let's lead you back to our camp. How the hell do they know where their camp is?
Yeah. I guess they're like, we'll figure it out as we go. If they know the sort of general direction it's in, then they're like, if we keep walking in that direction, then we'll see something we recognise.
Yeah, I mean, she goes, we'll just follow the beaches, and it's like, well, yeah, if they do that, they'll get to it eventually, right? The island's presumably a circle.
They'll get there.
Who knows how big it is, though. Saeed was like, I'm going to map the perimeter, and he only got as far as that cable, and then he was like, I'm off to see my girl.
Didn't get very far, did he?
But also, so a note on, the characters are so different. Speaking of Saeed, it just reminded me that I was going to make this point. The characters are so different because of what they've been through, but also I think their personalities are very different from anything that we've seen in the main camp.
Very different.
I think the closest thing to Ana Lucia we have in the main camp is Saeed, but I actually think they're very different characters, because you think about, at the start we were saying, oh, Saeed should have been the leader, and we get a taste of what Saeed's leadership would have been like when he goes, okay, you guys work on the water, you guys work on the transmission thingy. It's not what Ana Lucia is doing as leader.
No.
She's much more... She's running a military operation a bit more.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously we don't have her backstory yet, but I'm wondering if she was in the army or something.
Yeah,
because
it feels very much like, you know, when people take, like, a character or something and say, like, oh, they would have run blank like the army. That's what she's doing. She's running the island like the army. And it's great. It's not great. She's not doing a very good job, it seems, but it's great. I love her.
Well, it defined doing a good job.
I mean, we don't know what they've been through.
Like, okay.
She's still alive.
People have died, but she's still alive, and, you know, it seems like her methods are practiced, whether they work or not, I don't know, but she has, like...
She seems confident
let's not
about
split
what
up.
she's doing.
Yeah, she's confident. She makes decisions quickly, and she's like, everyone follow what I say, and they do. But whether she makes the right decision, I guess, is the bit that's up for debate.
I don't know.
But I love her.
I really, really love her. I missed her.
Oh, it's been so hard to be without Ana Lucia.
I know a lot of you guys out there, she's a very dividing character.
Is she?
A lot of people really don't like her and think she's quite annoying.
Oh, wow. I'm surprised at that. I've not seen any content like that online.
And I you know, I'm sorry to those people, but I think she's great.
We're huge Ana Lucia fans on this podcast.
Also, I like that she's immediately undermining Sawyer.
It's great.
When he's like, you married? Yeah, whatever. What about you? You gay? Undermine that man.
Yeah. I mean, that's not great, is it? It's clearly supposed to be a homophobic joke.
Yeah, but because he's insecure about himself. For me, that doesn't read as like Ana Lucia is homophobic. That reads as like she's trying to annoy him, and she knows that that'll upset him.
Maybe. I mean, I hope so, because I know that the actor in real life is bisexual, so I'm like, why did she sign off on that? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Why didn't she go, hey, Damon Lindelof, maybe we should do this one?
Which is what leads me to believe that it's, you know, it's not... I don't read that as, like, she thinks...
I don't think she thinks Sawyer's gay, but I think she's trying to say being gay is an insulting thing.
To him, though. I don't think she thinks that largely. I think what she's doing is trying to annoy him.
So she's clocked that Sawyer's homophobic.
Yeah. So in the same way that he's trying to go, are you married? In, like, undermining her authority.
Oh, I see. Okay, because I also thought this was a bit of a non sequitur. When he goes, are you married? First of all, it's weird that he randomly goes, are you married? And then
like,
she
I think
goes,
he's trying to be like, well, yeah, but you're a woman, remember? You know,
I see.
He's trying to be like, do you have a husband to look after you? And then she's like, do you have a husband to look after? Like, she's spinning it around on him.
Because he's trying to be sexist towards her and say, like, clearly she's independent woman girl boss running the island like an army herself.
Yeah.
And he's like...
He's trying to undermine that. So I think what she's trying to do is, like, not back down from it and be like, I'll just treat you the same way back.
That makes sense. In a twisted kind of way.
You know?
No, she doesn't take any shit.
But she does give him the water. You know? She's not like, we're just going to leave you here. You know? She obviously doesn't mean that seriously.
Yeah. We're gonna leave you. Leave me then. Alright, bye!
It's so... The more ill he gets, the more he just starts acting like a toddler. You know, that like, well, if you don't want to walk, we'll just go home without you.
Mm.
Okay.
All right then.
All right,
We're
bye.
leaving then. We're leaving right now. Gonna come with us or not? You're not gonna get any ice cream if you don't.
Oh no, that's what I was getting. Sorry, I realised I said the thing about the boomerang on a stick and then I never followed through on the thought.
Oh yeah.
I was just once again just reading my notes and going, what does that say? No, I was gonna say because they're coming from Australia.
Oh, so someone had a boomerang.
I was like, I feel like that someone bought like it as a souvenir. They were like, I'm gonna buy a boomerang.
Oh, I love that idea.
And then that's been used as like a weapon.
That is so silly. That's great.
And then Jin's just carrying it.
Mm-hmm. They throw it at the others. And it just knocks them all out and comes back to him. Oh, I would love to see Echo do that.
I think
Grab
he could
that
really fuck
boomerang.
up a boomerang throw.
Absolutely.
I can really see that for him.
Mm-hmm.
I bet Kate could throw a good boomerang.
Yes. I think if there's one character on the island who would be the best at a boomerang, probably Kate. I think I might have missed the start of this scene because I was writing something down, but why does Jin punch Echo?
I think it's because they're saying you can't go after Michael. And they're like, you have to just leave him. Because obviously they all think that he's just never going to come back. And they're like, you have to leave him. And then I think Jin is just like, and maybe Echo like steps towards him or something and he's like, don't touch me. And then hits him.
I guess there's a language barrier.
I think it's like Jin doesn't really understand what's going on, but he understands that they're going to leave. They're planning on leaving without Michael, and obviously he's not happy about that.
So he's trying to make
And
a point.
as we know, Jin's solution to everything is throw himself at the
Oh
problem.
yeah, brute violence, yeah. Brute strength. Okay, fair enough. And then Echo headbutts him? Bro!
Echo and Kate were more similar than we thought.
Parallels. The character that's most similar to Echo is Kate. I love that as an idea.
Yeah, I'd say that's accurate.
I guess from what we have so far. She's a tracker. She's a headbutter. Yeah. They're obviously just very physically different.
Good with a boomerang.
Good with a boomerang. Brilliant. But yeah, the headbutt, I found that all a bit weird.
It was
just
a bit weird.
okay,
It was
that
a
just
bit-
came out of nowhere, and then he was like, I'm going with him. I was
It's a bit like, you know, when Boone attacks Michael. It's a bit like, why? Okay, this is what we're doing now.
Sure.
Guess we're doing him now, you know?
like, yeah.
I'm honestly surprised that Jin didn't punch the hotel guy.
I think it's actually brilliant that he didn't. We'll get to that scene, because I think we haven't talked about the flashbacks at all yet. I really love that scene, so I want to talk about it properly.
That was my segue.
That was your segue, okay. Well, we're talking about it out of sequence if we talk about that one first.
Yeah, but that was my lead into, and now let's talk about the flashbacks.
Okay, but can we talk about that one later?
Well, yeah, obviously.
Okay.
So, a great thing we learn from this week's flashback scenes is Sun has an art history degree.
Yes! Love that! So
Queen.
unexpected! I mean, there's definitely not what I would have picked if I'd
No.
known that she'd gone to university. I mean, I guess it's quite a good rich girl degree.
Yeah, because it's like there's no career
No.
coming out. Same as like the guy she was on dates with. It was like, I did a Russian literature degree.
Medieval Russian literature. So specific.
And she's like, oh, and
why.
however did you end up in hotel management?
I know. She fully calls him a Nepo baby. It's hilarious.
She's like, yeah.
She's so funny. She's actually great. I would like to say I have a friend who did art history. I don't think you're a posh Nepo baby, Sophie. I'm
I
sorry.
just think it's one of those things
she
of like...
may
there's-
listen to this podcast as well because she's a Lost fan. So I'm sorry, Sophie.
Well, I'm sorry if you're listening.
I love your degree and I'm actually jealous because I would have loved to do art history.
I think art history is a really cool subject, but it's one of those ones that's like, you know, English, and it's like drama, which are our degrees, that in the, like, there's not really any career in it. You know?
Mm-hmm.
There's not really anywhere to go with art history. It's very narrow.
It is.
So it's like the kind of thing, like, often the children of rich families go into the arts because there's no money in it.
Yeah, and
You know?
also they have the security to
Yeah.
do that, and also they're often privately educated, so they have the background knowledge as well. Like, you know, there are some families who probably have never been to an art gallery because there's just not one near them, or or you have to pay to get in or whatever. I mean, a lot of
Yeah.
art galleries are free nowadays, but it's like, you know, their access to the arts is more skewed towards the
People
sort
who have more
of
money.
middle class, upper middle class sections of society, and so it's very frustrating for people like us who want to work in the creative industry that, like, there are so many barriers towards it. Like, if you have money, then it's less of an issue.
Yeah.
Anyway, that got a bit political, sorry.
Yeah, I was
but
going to say that's okay. We'll stop that part. Yeah.
something I care I'm very passionate about.
But I think, like, I really like that she did that. And also I really like when her mum is saying, like, you know, if you found a husband at uni, we wouldn't have to be doing this. And she's like, I went to university to get a degree.
Shablam! Absolutely incredible line. The explosions are going off. Wasted. Brilliant.
Like,
serve. She ate with that line. It was amazing.
this
I went to college to get a degree.
This is a great side of Sun that we see in this episode, I think.
Absolutely.
Because it feels a lot like she spends a lot of the time in the flashbacks kind of, like, subdued and, like, not necessarily letting Jin be evil, but she's, like, you know, scared of him, or she's like, I'm stuck in this situation. And in this, she's like, she's not gotten into that yet, so she's very much just, like, unfiltered and just, like, confident, and it's really amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. And we also get the introduction of Sun's mum. So we
Yeah.
talked in the previous episode about how you don't see her mum at all, and we were like, is the mum in the picture? You know, is she divorced? Because we were talking about how Sun's marriage is unhappy because of her father's influence. Can't imagine their marriage is particularly happy.
Yeah.
And it seems like Sun's mum is not a particularly nice character.
She doesn't seem pleasant, no.
No, don't like her. But we get an even worse character introduced as well. The hotel manager, so horrible. I
my
wrote
God,
down
he's
evil boss.
He's an evil bitch. He's, like, clearly just, like, really enjoying being horrible to Jin and just flexing his privilege over him.
Yeah.
That, like, it's the way Jin, like, that first scene with Jin and his, like, housemate, when he's getting ready for the job interview, I had a bit of a thing, I wrote down, like, Jin's emasculation complex, you know, where he's like, that's not what a man's supposed to do. A man's supposed to work hard and take care of his lady. And I was like, okay. But then it's like, you see how he gets treated by everyone around him, and it's like, no wonder he thinks like that. No wonder he thinks that he's not worth anything, and that, like, he needs to work really hard to become someone totally different to his past. Because when he goes to a job interview for a job where you open a door for people,
Yeah, I know.
the guy's saying, like, yeah, I thought I could smell the fish on you.
Yeah.
Like, then he's opening a door. He doesn't
Literally.
need to be good. He just
Literally.
needs to be rich.
And I think it's obviously, you know, like, we're Western viewers, and I think it's important to note that the writers are Western writers as well. So it's possible that they don't accurately capture the kind of class system in Korea, but nevertheless, we're getting an insight into a society that's very polarized.
Yeah.
And, you know, but I really like that scene, the first scene, the broing out scene.
That's really fun. I don't know what that guy's name is, the Jin's friend. I
No.
don't think we ever see him again.
No, but he's
He's
great.
really fun.
I low-key, it feels, I'm going to venture to say,
Go on.
it's a girl scene.
Yeah.
They felt like
It feels like a queening out.
the queening out. They were queening out. And it's like, you know, how do I look? Stunning. You look stunning, babe.
It's like, go get him, girl.
And also, Jin has a horoscope friend just like Claire.
Yeah. Him doing the, like, prediction, you're going to find
Yeah.
love this year. And he's like, am I really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I've got a job interview now.
But I think that's why Jin and Claire get on so well. On like because we talked about how they don't actually interact that much, but they seem to have a strong connection. It's a spiritual one. They're connected by fate, by the horoscopes, by the stars.
They are. He's great. That
love
friend
him.
is brilliant.
Yeah. And I love the bit as well where he goes, you got the tag on it. Yeah, how else am I going to return it? And then he hits him with the tie. Gorgeous! Gorgeous
So
scene.
funny.
Love it. And yeah, I think it's really nice that we get, like, it's a Jin and Sun shared episode, and yet, like, all of their scenes are, like, running parallel to each other.
Yeah, it's like they're totally separate, obviously, until right at the end. But, like,
it links up.
Timelines are the same.
Timeline's the same, and obviously there are intersections. You know, he opens the door for her and stuff.
Yeah.
And obviously, so the guy who interviews Jin is the bald guy's dad.
Yeah.
Who owns all the hotels.
The hotels. Yeah. It's all connected.
Yeah.
Something I really liked about the scene, though, the job interview scene, he just picks up that phone without dialing it at all. It just made me laugh.
He's too rich and important to dial.
I'm not going to dial my own phone. He just picks up and just goes, Jin's going to be working for us. And then a guy walks in with a uniform. I'm like, what kind of phone system is that?
That's such a good point. It's a direct line to all of his assistants.
Everyone in the company just gets a phone call. We've got a new guy.
We've got a new doorman. Great. Okay, well, I'm the caterer. Why do I need to know that?
Great, I'm busy changing bed sheets. Yeah.
Love
and also,
that.
we mentioned before, we had an episode where we couldn't get the subtitles to turn off. And the Korean was all subtitled in German, as well as English. This week, it was Spanish.
It was Spanish this week, guys.
And I speak a little bit of Spanish, not fluently by any means at all, but I could sort of read the Spanish subtitles. And I was like, who translated this? Because the interviewer was addressing Jin with the formal you. And I was like, he would never.
He would never.
He would never do that, not when he's trying to undermine him. He would never call him usted.
So true. But yeah, he's so mean in that interview, but I think it's really important to note how good an actor Daniel Day Kim is, because I think he plays these scenes really well, where you can really kind of see, even though he's being treated like shit, he really wants this job. And when he gets it, he has this little moment of excitement. And there are lots of little moments like that, just very small changes in his face whenever he gets, like, so, like, later on when the bald guy, like, asks for the flower and he gives it to him and he's like, what's your name? Oh, yeah, thank you very much. He's like, I'm in with the boss's son. Yes, this is great.
He's like, oh, he's gonna like me.
And I think those are all very good.
Yeah. No, I think so, absolutely. And I think the way his demeanour changes in that, like, final scene where he's talking to the dad and the son, and then when the boss comes out, the way he, like, completely changes is really well done.
I fucking love that scene.
That's a great scene.
So
that
good.
little kid. We talk a lot about the kid actors in this show. He's great. Doesn't even have any lines, I don't think.
No.
He just shakes his head at him.
Yeah.
But he's funny.
He's great. He's great. But yeah, okay, let's talk about it. Love this. I love this scene so much because it really gives you just a great insight into Jin's character, particularly the Jin before. So this is a Jin earlier than anything we've seen so far.
Yeah.
So you're like, I'm surprised he didn't punch the guy. It's because that's not who he is yet.
Yeah,
he only
not made it to that
becomes like
point.
that when he becomes the hitman, you know? And I think it's like really, so he's been told, don't open the door for people like you. I'm doing air quotes when I say that. So obviously incredibly classist and horrible. And so then these people come up and he's like, he's in a really difficult position, and you can see on his face, he obviously feels bad for this man and the kid. And he's going, there's a toilet down the street, it's hotel customers only. He says it's hotel customers only, which is not strictly true, right?
Yeah.
If a rich guy turned up in that fancy car that the bald guy did, he would just open the door. He opens the car door for him.
I mean,
I find that dynamic really funny because he ultimately cock blocks.
yeah.
But
Open
he's
your
like,
car door,
let me
steal
open
your
it."
wife.
So then he lets them in, and the guy is super, like, thankful and apologetic and, like, shaking his hand and everything. And then obviously, like, Jin's got these white gloves on, right, which are very kind of reminiscent of the scary white glove man that we see later on. And it's also like a sense of professionalism and a kind of a way of being like, I'm not going to make skin-to-skin contact with you.
You don't have to touch the poor guy.
Yeah. But also, like, the rich guys don't have to touch his hands.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
That's what you meant. Okay, cool.
So it's like an indication to, like, anyone rich doesn't have to shake hands with a poor guy.
Exactly.
He's got gloves on.
He's got those gloves on. And first of all, the uniform, why does he have that hat?
So
but anyway.
funny. I love the uniform. I want to wear that every day.
But so he lets the guy in, the guy's like super, super grateful. And like none of the other customers have barely even acknowledged him.
Yeah.
You know?
The only one who thanks him is his son's date.
Yeah. Then the hotel manager comes out and Jin's trying to explain that he's like, first of all, he says, I'm sorry. He apologizes because he knows he's messed up. He's deliberately like gone against
He knew he was
the
breaking the rules
instruction.
when he did it.
But then he kind of goes, the kid, like, he tries to explain himself, and the guy, he says, like, he can piss in the gutter for all I care.
Yeah.
I was gobsmacked. I was like, oh my days.
It's like he was watching that whole interaction go down. You know, he knows what that problem was.
Yeah.
He, you know.
But I think the way that Jin lets him have it is actually brilliant. Because I would expect him to be like, fuck you, I quit, this is the worst. Like, but no. He's actually very calm, very measured, and he does his fuck you in a dignified way, which is the perfect fuck you. He would be living up to the stereotype that the guy has of him. But the way that he pulls those gloves off, amazing, and just wraps up the hat and then goes, thank you for the opportunity, sir. The way that he delivers it, it's a devastating line. You know?
Shablam.
Shablam, indeed. I just think it's great. I really, really love that scene. I think it's done so well.
It's brilliant. It's brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
There's something I want to talk about before we get to the last flashback, because obviously we're going to have to discuss that one.
Of course.
Is the conversation between Sun and her date, the bald guy.
Yeah, side note, guys. He may have a name.
He does have a name, it's Jay Lee.
We call him exclusively the bald guy.
We called him the bald guy for months.
I don't care what his name is, he's the bald guy to me.
So there was a really interesting part of that conversation that I wanted to sort of flag/discuss.
Absolutely.
Is that the way he speaks to her, they're like bonding over the way their parents have been, you know, really obsessed with them getting married, that kind of thing. And he says like, oh, if we're together, we can be free from all of their pressure, and them like trying to set us up.
I also wrote down, we can be free.
Thought that was really interesting.
Very, 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 very interesting.
When you look at actually marriage is tying yourself to someone else. And especially if Sun had gone along with him, it's like then she's tying herself into a situation with a guy who doesn't love her, you know.
But look at the situation she ended up in.
And the situation she ended up in was very trapped, and also by her family.
Yeah.
Like, the you know, she wasn't escaping her father's pressure at all, because what she was putting herself into the situation of was her husband feels so under pressure to live up to her father that he becomes this person she doesn't recognise.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think we can be free. Freedom is a very interesting idea, particularly around Sun, but for the show as a whole. Like Kate, for example, when she goes, in case you haven't noticed, I did get away. And it's like, are they free on the island or are they trapped on the island?
I'm not lost anymore.
I think freedom, like we talk about fates being kind of related to everyone's flashbacks and stuff, but I think freedom is another one that is really interesting to sort of notice when it pops up. And something else to notice about that scene, because that's the second date, isn't it? That one.
Well, I think there's dates in between, but that's the second one we see.
When Jin opens the car door for him, he's like, yeah, whatever. And then he goes, oh, could I have that flower? I'm going on a date. And Jin's like, well, yes, of course. Getting in with the boss's son. Win for me. Jin and flowers. We know that Jin gives Sun flowers throughout their relationship, and it's the flower that he holds up in the airport that convinces her to come back to him right at the very end, and it's the flower that he gives to the bald guy that then she's like, oh my god, he has a flower. It's Jin.
And also, isn't the flower orange?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. It's Jin. It's Jin's influence. They were meant to be together from the start. Come on, people. I would love that bit. I was like, The flower.
Orange.
And also the fact that Jin just wears a flower to work. That's just him.
He's jaunty.
He's a flower guy. He's a flower guy.
The orange thing I think is really fun.
Me too.
I really like it because I think it's like it's silly when it's first introduced, obviously, because it's like, so when am I going to find the love of my life? Orange. And the guy's so confident about it, and Jin's obviously like, what does that mean?
What does that even mean? Orange.
And then it's like, it's that he sees the woman in the orange dress, and that's why he bumps into Sun.
Yes.
It's not the woman in the orange dress, but that's what leads him to his love is amazing.
Yeah. Really great. But also kind of insane that they literally bump into each other and that's how they meet.
Yeah.
Like, what? What are you talking about?
I know, I love that we don't get any of that, like, conversation or anything, really. It's just like, oh, sorry, and they kind of look at each other dramatically. And then it's like, end of the scene. And there's no like, oh, I know you. You opened the door for me the other day.
No, because she probably didn't recognise him, and I don't think he even saw her. Like, they probably wouldn't remember each other.
And there's no, like, further conversation. I'm like, how do we get from there to marriage?
We will never know. But then, kind of fun when you think about it, because so I was going to say Jin's currently jobless, and it came out as John.
He's Jinless.
Jin is currently jobless when he bumps into Sun. The next time, chronologically, we see them both, Jin is a waiter at a party that Sun is at. Do you think he then gets that job? She's like, oh, I wish I could take you to this party. And he's like, don't worry, I'm going to get a job as a waiter. Tee-hee-hee.
I think so.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it is cute. And it's great when you think about the kind of like horoscopes and fate and stuff. And it's like, oh, they were fated to meet each other. Like bumping into each other is very much a kind of meet cute fating thing. But it's so unrealistic.
It is. It is a bit like, and that's how they met.
That's how they met. They literally bumped into each other on the street. Are you joking? What?
It's a bit funny.
It's a little bit funny. But I do like it. I do. And also, like, something that Sun says on her date with the bald guy is, I can't believe how normal you are. And that, I noticed that, I clocked that as well, because I was like, oh, he's telling this funny story or whatever, and it's like, you're, like, so normal, as opposed to these other, like, stilted rich guys I've been set up with on these dates. But Jin actually is a normal person.
Really normal.
Do you know what I mean? Like, Jay is still in this kind of, like, upper echelons of society, and also using her, and also all of these things that are not good. But Jin is just genuinely some guy. Some guy brackets affectionate.
Some guy in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, she must have been like, hello, I've traded in a 4 for a 10.
I mean,
God.
It's a big upgrade.
It's a huge upgrade. Jin is... Daniel Day-Kim is so gorgeous.
Especially in this episode.
Especially in this episode.
This episode, you really see it.
That's why I'm so hot and flustered today, honestly. The way he washes his hair in the water.
That is fun.
Actually, don't. Actually, stop it. His hair's grown out a bit now. He's got these gorgeous little bits of long hair.
I mean, I feel like if we're gonna be talking about how great Daniel Day-Kim looks in this episode, we do also need to appreciate how great Yoonjin Kim looks in this episode. Because she's always gorgeous, but she looks amazing. On those dates, I was like, damn, I want to marry her.
She did get her hair done, for sure.
Yeah, I was like, move over, Jaylee.
Real.
I'm proposing.
Real. And that whole conversation with her mum as well. Well, I like those shoes. I like them too, but he might be shorter than you. Yeah, the only other thing I had written down is that we get the dog's name. Bpo.
Yes!
Bpo the dog, and it means a kiss.
Means a kiss, which I thought was very cute. And I miss that dog.
I know you're a huge Bpo stan.
I'm a huge Bpo fan. He's the cutest thing ever.
He is adorable. Oh, I wonder what's happened to him now that they're on the island.
Well, she said to her friend, didn't she, when I'm gone, will you take care of my dog?
Oh, yes. So, presumably the friend is looking
after him. So the friend has her.
Ooh.
Her?
I said him.
Him?
I don't know, actually.
Non-binary dog. Woke lost. Be like,
Bpo
my
is
name is
non-binary.
Bpo, my pronouns are they, them. And I'm a dog. I mean, Vincent, in a sense, is a trans icon because the dog actor is female.
Very true.
Her name is Elizabeth, I believe.
Madison, we've had this conversation.
I swear it's Elizabeth.
It's Madison. You said Elizabeth last time too, and it's Madison. I said Madison, it's Madison.
Where have I got that in my head? I swear it's Elizabeth. Maybe one of the other animals is called Elizabeth.
Bpo.
Bpo. Maybe,
Bpo's Elizabeth.
maybe Bpo the dog is called Elizabeth. That's where I've got that from.
Imagine if you got a guide dog and it turned out to be Vincent from Lost. Lose my shit.
My guide dog's famous.
Yeah.
I mean, that's cool.
People stopping you in the street, I'm so sorry to bother you, but are you Vincent from Lost? We get that all the time, don't worry.
No, you can get a picture, it's alright.
So, you can say no to this, by the way. How would you feel about a round of subjective Guess Who?
What I would feel is that we're already 1 hour 46 into the recording and we need to stop.
We've not done it yet, this
I know we've not done it yet, but we are trying to keep episodes shorter than before and it's not working.
Okay, I'll think of a character.
But wait, I need some ground rules. Are characters that have been introduced this season on the table?
Yes.
Okay. Just so I'm aware, because I don't want to get confused.
I'm gonna go ahead and say yes.
Okay. Well, I'm guessing that means you've picked someone then. And I think I can narrow it down. Okay.
I might be double bluff him.
Okay, right, this is really specific.
Here we go.
But this was just my first... Okay, if this character was eating like a takeaway and they had leftovers, are they gonna like throw them away or like keep them and eat them for breakfast the next morning or like leave them in the fridge for a couple of days and then forget about them and then chuck them away? Like, what are they doing with the leftovers?
They are either keeping them and eating them for breakfast the next day, but crucially I'd say not warming them up.
Just straight out the fridge. Okay.
Or they look at the plate and go, oh, there's leftovers, I'll clean those up in a minute, and then don't.
Okay.
And then like,
just sort of forget about it.
Then like 2 hours later or like a day later they go, oh, ooh, that's all gloopy and nasty, it's congealed.
Yeah, okay. I have a vision. I have a vision of this character. What type... Right, this is going to take some explaining. The question is, what type of shoe person are they? Right? The explanation is, you know how it's like you're like a Docs person or like a Vans person or like a Converse or like, you know, do you wear, like if you're like a high heels person or like whatever, like what kind of shoe, not what kind of shoe are they, what kind of shoe would they wear?
It would be insane if you asking what kind of shoe person are they is what type of shoe are they?
What type of shoe most speaks to their soul?
Shoe person as in they're a person that is a shoe.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and say... Boots.
Boots?
Boots.
Like walking
the
boots?
house down.
Or like Docs?
I think either. I think they could switch between.
Okay. Interesting.
It's also difficult because they all wear hiking boots on this show.
Yeah, everyone wears boots. This is why it's like it's, you know, speaking metaphorically. Apart from Charlie, of course, who was rocking black and white Vans.
Of course.
Okay. Circling back to the food questions, opinions on the air fryer as a concept.
Ooh. I have a feeling they would be the kind of, like, I'm not necessarily saying they're a divorced dad, but the kind of divorced dad who's obsessed with an air fryer. Like,
Okay.
the air fryer is his substitute child. He loves the air fryer with every fibre of his being.
Every meal is cooked in the air fryer.
Yes, and he tries to convert everyone to the air fryer.
Is he like
religion.
buying people air fryers for their birthdays?
I think he's at the very least singing its praises.
Okay. Interesting in conjunctions. He wouldn't even throw the takeaway. They wouldn't even throw the takeaway leftovers in the air fryer.
I suppose they could, but I feel like takeaway leftovers wouldn't go well in an air fryer.
Probably not.
But they might attempt.
Would they
it.
try?
I feel like they would try.
They would go, the air fryer would never betray me.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, it's this person's birthday. How are they celebrating?
Good question. Good question. Not to run with the divorced dad characterization, but I could see them running a barbecue.
Barbecue, interesting.
An air fryer barbecue.
Air fried barbecue.
It's an air fryer party. All the food is done in the air fryer.
Okay.
No, I don't know. I think so. I think probably something quite low-key, have a few beers, or just... They definitely have a few alcoholic drinks at the party. I'm not sure what alcoholic drink of choice, but let's go with beers.
Is this like a big get-together? Is it like all the friends and family? Or is it like
No.
just a few people?
Yeah, it's low-key. It's definitely low-key.
Okay, I'm going to ask one more question and then I'm going to guess.
Okay.
This character, regardless of what you think their opinions are, they have to get really obsessed with a sport.
Ooh.
So, like, following the leagues, wearing the, like, t-shirts, like, watching every match. What's the sport? And it can be something random, like Olympic trampolining.
Probably football.
Okay. Is it Desmond?
It is Desmond!
I was like, I feel like if you say football or cricket.
I was trying to
British.
think what the Scottish sports were.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, the Welsh love rugby, don't they?
Yeah.
But I'm not sure about Scotland. I think they're into football.
I think Scotland has a bit of a, like, they always beat England at football. I think that's a bit of a thing.
Celtic is their big team, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's a football team. Sorry,
Yeah,
guys.
that's a football team.
Sorry to our Scottish listeners if I'm
pretty
offending you.
sure.
I'm pretty sure Celtic is the...
I could see Desmond air frying.
Absolutely. It's the hatch. I was going off the kind of divorced dad energy of the hatch.
Of being in the hatch.
The hatch,
bachelor pad.
the hatch is a male living
It's
space.
a hatchula pad.
It's a hatchula pad. It's a male living space with dirty plates everywhere. We know he leaves
Yeah.
the dirty plates
We know
out.
he leaves the dirty plates out. When you said that, I was like, I already am pretty sure it's Desmond. But I was going to ask more questions to make sure. I think if the hatch had been built in the modern day, it would definitely have an air fryer in.
100%. 100%.
Okay, my turn.
So I thought it was really fun when we did questions that were related to the episode before in series 1. So I'm going to attempt to do that with a few of these. At the least the first one, guys.
Okay.
I'm trying. So we know that Jin's friend says to Jin that love is going to be orange. What colour
Jesus Christ.
is true love
To them.
to this character?
I would say like not orange, but a sort of similar actually. Like, you know, like the kind of dark yellow,
Okay.
orangey energy.
Okay.
That kind of, I'm trying to think of an example.
Like the colour of wood?
No, like you know, Colonel Mustard's playing piece.
Absolutely, got
In
you.
Cluedo.
100%.
That sort of yellowy orange. Mustard, basically.
Love comes in the colour mustard.
But I wasn't going to say mustard.
Okay, so this character's a loser.
Because I think that's insane.
Love is in the colour mustard. You heard it here first, people. It sounds like a title of like a raunchy book, you know. Love is the colour mustard. It's about like a housewife who has an affair with the vicar.
Over mustard sandwiches. I don't know.
Mustard sandwiches. The sexiest of all foods.
Well, you're asking me to make mustard sexy.
You're the one who brought up mustard! Okay, what kind of pet would this person have? Related to the dog discussion.
Related to, Popo. I think... like a weird lizard. This character's insane. I think they'd really enjoy, like, you know, the kind of lizard where you feed it like live crickets.
Yeah.
And they've got like a big tank with like a heat lamp in their bedroom.
Okay, I'm going to rehash one of the old questions.
Okay.
That we did before. I'm 99% sure we did a weapon of choice question out of weapons used in the episode. So, weapon of choice between gun, well, obviously it's not used, but we know we said she has it.
We saw her gun.
Gun, stick, boomerang, machete made out of plane wreckage. And what was the other one Anna had?
She had a big stick.
Yeah, I said stick.
Oh, yeah, and she had a knife.
Oh, a knife. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, knife and machete are different.
Yeah.
In this scenario.
Knife and machete different, okay.
So, you got knife, machete made out of plane wreckage, boomerang, stick or gun.
My instinct was stick, but I actually think boomerang.
Okay.
I think this character could really fuck up a boomerang throw.
I mean, that fits with weird lizard and mustard.
Yeah.
To be honest. Okay, we're abandoning questions related to the episode now because I need to narrow it down.
Go on.
Do they listen to the radio?
No.
Okay.
Unless against their will.
Okay.
I feel like even, like, if they, like, got in someone's car, so someone was giving them, like, a lift to somewhere, and they got in the car and the radio was on, they'd be like, can we turn that off?
Oh my god, it is related to the episode, because the tail section have a radio!
There we go.
What the fuck? We didn't even talk about that. The tail section have a radio.
Subconsciously. Can you use it? Oh wow, I didn't think of that.
What a great idea. She's so funny, but can they use it? They have a radio. Does it function?
Give it to Saeed.
Yeah, give it to Saeed. He'll fix it immediately.
Yeah.
Crazy, they have a radio. Where the hell did they find that?
They'd be like, let's have a conversation. In like a car journey. Or they'd like bring a CD or something.
Okay.
I think they'd be like, if it was like music, they wouldn't mind. But if it was like a talking piece, don't care. Turn it off, let's have a talking piece, let's talk.
Okay,
you know?
Okay.
But if it was like a road trip, they'd be like, I'm going to bring my CDs or cassettes or my Spotify, I don't know, whatever.
Depending on what era
this is happening in.
Ooh, okay, you've thrown me a little bit there. Because, like, it hasn't clarified what I thought it was going to clarify. What is their favourite flavour/type of crisps?
Interesting. You know what my instinct reaction to that question was?
Mustard. Mustard crisps.
Space Raiders.
How did I know you were going to say Space Raiders?
And you know what? I'm not sticking with it. I think they would eat Space Raiders. I think type Space Raiders, but I'll give you a flavour as well.
Okay.
I think flavour of crisps, they'd enjoy like out of the classics, probably salt and vinegar.
Again, it's not clarifying what I thought it was going to clarify. It could low-key work with all of them. Okay, carry on.
But I think like a pickled onion. Yeah. Or maybe like a flaming hot.
Ooh, okay. Okay.
But like, yeah, I don't know. Ketchup flavour.
Is it Hurley?
No.
Okay.
Hurley would have a lizard though. Hurley would have a tortoise, I feel.
Ooh, I like that. I think he would. I think love could be mustard for him.
Love could be mustard.
But I think the flaming hot was what made me pick Hurley. They get to work and they're like, surprise! We're doing a mandatory training on workplace conflict. We've invited in a troupe of actors / motivational speakers to deliver this, and you're not going to do any of your normal work today. You're going to spend a whole day doing like workshops and improv exercises in order to bond as a team. How do they feel?
Okay, I think they're happy they don't have to do their normal work. And then I think they would like sit on the front row and ask a bunch of questions and like throw off the person doing the talk.
Purposefully or just because they're too enthusiastic?
I think not from enthusiasm.
Okay.
But like they'd ask questions at first out of just like curiosity. But then it would become like, and how'd you get into this? What did you train in? What was your goal in life? And then they'd start kind of upsetting the guy a little bit. And then it would become like, I want to end this early by annoying.
So it starts off genuine and then it transitions into slightly...
with like curiosity, and then they'd realise
oh wait, if I keep this up, we can go home early.
Then I can derail the entire workshop and then we can all leave.
Okay.
But I think no one else in the workplace conflict class is happy about them asking all these questions, because they're like, this is going on for even longer because you keep asking questions.
Okay, I think I'm ready to guess again.
Go on.
Is it Bernard?
No.
Oh!
Bernard, I think, would ask questions out of genuine enthusiasm.
Well, yeah!
He'd be into it. He'd enjoy a workplace conflict resolution. I think he wants a workplace conflict resolution to come to the island.
For the workplace he's currently in, yeah. I was toying with Bernard with a few of your answers, but then I was like, why wouldn't you pick something more related to Rose for love colour?
Yeah, surely I'd say like pink.
Because she wears that
Rose-coloured.
pink... yeah. Oh, and her name is Rose, of course, but she also wears a pink top in The Crash, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Well, I only had one other option, but I feel like maybe the workplace conflict one does work. Can I guess again without asking another question?
I'm going to make you ask another question.
Okay.
Because you said that.
Do they play an instrument, and if so, what?
Ooh, I think they probably don't, but if they did, I would say like trumpet.
Okay.
But like in a sense of like they don't play it that much, but they've kind of got one like on the shelf in like their bedroom, and someone will be like, oh, do you play trumpet? And they'll be like, sort of.
Yeah.
And then like bust out like one recognizable riff and then put it down again.
Is it John?
No.
Oh my god, I have no idea who this is then. I only had John, Bernard, and Hurley the whole time. I had Kate as a possible at one point, but there's no way she'd react like that to a workplace training.
She would
simply leave. Yeah.
She'd simply just walk out the door.
She would be like, I'm clocking out.
She'd turn and she'd go, actually, I'm sick. And then turn around and walk away.
Actually, I can't come in today. I forgot.
I can't come in today. I have a dentist.
Wow. I really have no idea. Okay, so what have we got so far? Love is mustard. Space Raiders.
I feel like you're taking it the wrong way by saying mustard. Because I don't want you to have the implications of the colour mustard.
Well, then why did you pick mustard
No,
then?
but like the visuals, the colour, but like if you say mustard, it's invoking like a John image, like an old man.
Yeah!
That's not what I want you to have. It's just like yellowy orange.
Okay, fine. Yellowy orange. They're like Space Raiders and maybe Flaming Hot, maybe Pickled Onion, and maybe Salt and Vinegar. You can tell why I was thinking old man.
Yeah. They would have a weird lizard.
A weird lizard
live
as a
crickets
pet.
too. They'd be good at throwing boomerangs.
Yeah, boomerang would be the weapon of choice.
They'd ask a bunch of questions to a workplace trainer.
Maybe play the trumpet once every 5
And maybe play the
months.
trumpet. They can like do like one recognizable song.
Is it Michael?
No.
For fuck's sake, I'm so lost. Lost? I feel like it's not a young character. It's definitely not Charlie. We can rule him out because obviously he plays the guitar, and even though we're not supposed to say canon stuff, he would not kind of half play an instrument.
No, and it wouldn't be trumpet.
Yeah. It's definitely not Kate. It's not Anna Lucia, are you joking? She would physically fight the man running the workshop.
She would, I feel like, volunteer for all the like role play scenarios just to be mean.
Yeah.
Like, we need someone to be the villain in this mean.
She would specifically like raise beef that has happened in the workplace. She'd be like, well, Sandra, I mean, you remember that time that you left that sandwich in this fridge? And they're like, that's not in the script. No, it isn't.
No, but you know where it is? In the fridge.
3 weeks it's been there. And no, I haven't thrown it out on principle.
And we know it's yours.
Yeah. So it's not her. I did think Libby for a while, but the thing is we don't know a whole lot about Libby, so it's hard.
It's hard to judge anything about Libby's character at this point.
Kind of what we have at the minute is that she's quite nervous. So that's why I asked the conflict resolution one, because I feel like she would be uncomfortable with the whole scenario and maybe sit in the background. Like, I don't think she would be go, go, go. And also I feel like she'd have a pet rabbit.
She's got piano energy to me.
She also, piano or flute.
Flute.
She's 8th grade, she's like, yeah, grade 8 flute from when she was a little kid and then has never played it since. I don't think it's Saeed. Again, I feel like he would be more aggressive towards the people running this conflict resolution group.
I love how focused you're on the conflict, because it's like very much, that's a great scenario to put any character in.
Yeah.
Conflict resolution in the workplace. Because nobody wants to do it.
Could it be Saeed?
Why don't you ask me another question?
I'm trying to, I need to narrow it down so I know what kind of question to ask.
So maybe I'll give you one that's completely on vibe.
The month they were born in.
Like summer. Like late summer, I think. So I guess August, September. I don't know what star sign that's. What's after Leo?
Virgo?
Virgo.
Maybe?
Yeah. I think.
Ruled out Hurley. Could be Claire. I really don't think it's Kate. Rose could, I think Rose has got an either spring or winter birthday.
Rose has December birthday vibes to me.
Or like April.
Yeah.
Who else is there?
I'll tell you something. I'll give you a hint. It's none of the people you've mentioned. So all the characters you said out loud, it's none of them.
Oh my gosh, okay. I'm
so
forgetting someone
what's happened is you've
obvious.
forgotten this person.
Well, I don't think it's either Sun or Jin, because unless you were trying to say it's similar to orange, because we know canonically Jin's colour is orange. Sun has a dog, and I know we're not supposed to go canon, but she wouldn't have a weird lizard.
She wouldn't feed live crickets to an animal. That's beneath her.
Jin could feed live crickets. Sawyer, I haven't mentioned. Would he play the trumpet, though? Unlikely.
Maybe in primary school. When everyone has to learn an instrument. That's the sort of energy I'm going for. Like,
yeah.
In like school, when everyone had to learn an instrument, they learned trumpet, and they kind of still have it in their house, but they don't, like...
No, I got that. He'd pick gun, though. I think. He wouldn't pick Boomerang.
He would never pick Boomerang.
He wouldn't pick Boomerang. Echo, I don't think I said. Ooh. But would Echo be talkative in the conflict resolution? He's quite quiet.
He's good at conflict resolution.
He is good at conflict resolution, so maybe he would be interested to know.
Star pupil.
Okay, I'm going to guess Echo. Is it Echo?
No.
Oh, I knew it wasn't! Who else is there?
I don't know what crisps Echo would eat.
Wheat crunchies. Okay, I'm going to guess Russo. Is it Russo?
No.
Oh my god!
I can't believe you've straight up forgotten this character.
This must be torturous for everyone listening. I'm sure they're all screaming and going, it's this character, obviously, you idiot.
Think about the plot of this episode.
Did they feature in this episode?
I'm not going to say that.
Oh my god.
I'm not going to answer that, but think about the plot. And the important moments
Yeah.
between the characters.
Yeah.
What were they?
Talking about son's wedding ring. Lost. Divorce.
It's Sarah. No, I'm joking.
I have no idea what you're trying to hint at.
The other plot line.
Yeah.
What are the important moments? Important character moments.
Oh, all about the others. Is it Ethan?
No. You're so... Oh my god.
Is it Dead Goodwin?
Yes, it's the court. Of course it's not the court.
We don't... The guy who took Walt? Is it Walt?
Yes, it's Walt! Oh my god. 3 days he's been kidnapped for and you've forgotten about him already.
Okay, well, I think you answered some of those incorrectly. Trumpet, yes, I can see that for him, but he probably doesn't really care about it.
He would have a weird lizard.
I can see him
But he'd
having
wanna
a
feed
weird
live crickets
lizard,
too.
but he famously has a dog.
It's Brian's dog. If you'd asked Walt, what do you want as a pet, he would have said lizard. And you know what? I picked yellow and orange because of Vincent and because of Michael's orange shirt.
That's quite nice. That's quite nice.
He would turn off the radio and be like, I want to talk to you.
I disagree. I think he's quite, because we see him playing his little video game and stuff. I think he's checked out on a car journey. I don't think he would turn off
He
the
would
radio.
listen to his music.
Yeah, his own music. He'd put his headphones in. He wouldn't care what's playing on the thing.
He would ask a bunch of questions to the conflict resolution. That I was channeling, like, why are you going to kill him?
Yes, okay, I can see
He
that.
sits on the front row and goes, why are you doing this? Why is this your job? Do you get paid to do this? How much do you get paid?
I can see that for him. I can see that. Summer birthday.
His birthday is August 24th. So, I was trying to play that off a little bit, because obviously I was immediately like, it's August. And then I
Yeah.
was like, summer.
I would have said like Quavers or Whatsits or something for crisps for him. A Flamin' Hot I could get on board with, but
You don't think he's got Space Raider energy?
not
He
massively.
reads the, like, superhero comics and, like, the video games. I thought, like, he'd enjoy
Yeah,
the
I
alien
feel like
vibe.
that's Whatsits. No?
But that's just because of Al's Toy Barn.
No, I think kids love Whatsits.
Kids love Watsons. Kids also love Space Raiders.
Adults hate Whatsits.
He likes, like, I like Watsons.
You're not an adult.
If he likes, like, superheroes and video games and stuff, then, like, space, aliens.
Yeah, okay. But not salt and vinegar. You out your
Out of the
mind.
mainstream flavours.
He's-
Out of the big three.
Cheese and onion.
I don't feel like he's cheese and onion.
I feel like he's definitely cheese and
I
onion.
feel like John's cheese and onion.
Yeah, I think Walt is too, but they're
Don't you
different
think
levels of
he'd
the
be a
spectrum.
killer boomerang thrower, though?
Yes. Boomerang is accurate.
I was like, I
completely.
can't believe we didn't put together Walt's psychic powers and boomerang.
Oh,
when we
yeah.
were discussing who'd be a good boomerang thrower.
No, that would be great,
I
actually.
was like, he'd be incredible. He's the one who's taken out, like, a room full of others.
Yeah, that's how he's escaping. I actually think John is salt and vinegar. I just want to clarify that. Out of the main three.
I mean, he is, but he's also cheese and onion. I feel like all of the
He's Walkers.
all of the big three have old man energy about them.
I feel like
So-
he could be any. He could be the roast chicken one.
Oh, yeah. He could definitely be roast
He could be
chicken.
plain, ready salted. He
He
could
could be ready salted. He wouldn't be ketchup.
No, but he would go in for those novelty flavours. Like when they brought out the beans on toast flavour.
Oh, he'd love beans on toast flavoured crisps. He'd think that would be really fun.
And he'd be like, why are they discontinued? Bring me beans on toast flavoured
He's
crisps.
writing emails to the Walkers PR team. I think I answered accurately. I think you just forgot Walt existed.
I think I partially forgot Walt existed, but also I think you could have answered better. I think there were some that were good, but some I don't agree with. Some I do not agree with, but then, hey, that's the nature of subjective Guess Who.
Also, I will point out, on the radio question, it wasn't about a car journey. The question was, would they listen to the radio?
Yeah, because I was trying to discern if they were an old man or not. That's why I asked, do they listen to the radio?
So, like, if you'd asked me, like, what are they doing on a long journey, I probably would have said, like, on the phone the whole time.
Okay, fair enough.
But if they said, would he listen to the radio? No, he wouldn't.
But the fact that the answers that you gave me such old man vibes, and it's literally the youngest character,
because he's got old man energy. His best friend is John.
He doesn't have old man energy. He's 10 years old.
He's got some old man about him.
He has got an old man about him.
John.
Leave the boy alone.
Well, now that that's over with, we will see you guys next week.
We will indeed. Just some quick closing thoughts on this episode, possibly. We probably should have done that before Subjective Guess Who, but oh well.
I don't really have any closing thoughts. I think it's a good episode.
My closing thoughts are, it's a better episode than I remembered.
The flashbacks are really good. I think the tail section plotline is really good. I think the ring plotline is just kind of sucks. And I think the problem with that is that when I hear the title "And Found," what I think is it's the ring.
It's
episode,
the ringed one,
and so I think it's not very good.
Yeah, but actually no, I really liked this one, and I think it really just goes to show that season 2 is just operating on a different level, because it's like even an episode that I would consider a weaker one is still really fucking good, and it has the scariest scene in the whole show, in my opinion, in it, and some really intense moments, and we also get properly introduced to like Mr. Echo for the first time.
It's pretty great.
So really, you can't go wrong. So thank you all very much for listening. We will be back next week with Abandoned, right?
Yes.
You see, you can't fault my episode knowledge. I know them.
Episode 6.
Oh, side note, you know how you were shitting on me for using predictive text when I do those episode titles quiz things?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I obviously got a new phone recently, and so I didn't have any of them stored in the predictive text, and I still completed it.
Well, that's how you should be completing it every time.
Well, I did it, so you can't say that I can't do it because I did it.
I'm not saying you can't do it, I'm just saying you should do it like that.
Well, I did.
Good.
Yeah, good. And I remember that Abandoned is the next one.
Great.